Hey friends, I am so excited to be bringing this video to you guys today. This is a brand new feature inside of Subtrio. It is one that is going to save us all a lot of time and a lot of headache, and I am just thrilled that the team has finally put this option into place for us. Okay, so what am I talking about? Let me tell you. So you know how when people canceled their subscriptions through Stripe or PayPal on their end, okay, so not like a failed payment necessarily, not one that just didn't go through. They just went into their account, canceled their subscription. We weren't getting any notifications for that, right? People were still having access to their subscriptions, to their memberships, without paying for them if we didn't have something set up like a Zap or something like that to get this taken care of. But now we have a workflow for that. We can automate it and make life simpler. Okay, so I am just going to jump right in here. So I'm going to click on Create Workflow. I'm going to start from scratch. And I'm going to call this the Light Membership Cancellation Workflow. Okay, so now we have a brand new trigger for our subscriptions, okay? So we just click on Add New Trigger, and it is just literally under Subscription, okay? So click on Subscription. Now, you know, if you followed any of my videos before, you know how much I love to organize my workflows, use tags, name everything appropriately, so you know that it should be no surprise that I'm going to name my trigger appropriately. So this is going to be Light Subscription Canceled. Okay, and then we're going to click on Add Filters, select, and we're just going to choose our product. Okay, so global product is, and this is going to be for light. This is for passive income pathways. And then we're going to do Add Filters, select, status is canceled. Okay, you have a lot of options here. You can do incomplete, trialing, active, expired, failed. Any of these are things that you can build out workflows for. Like, for instance, if someone was trialing your product, as soon as that triggered, you could, send them specific emails just for people who are trialing your product. If you followed my tutorial for setting up a failed payment workflow, here's another way that you can set that up now. You can come in here, you could do failed for like people's, sometimes payments don't go through. We have to change our credit cards. We run out of room on them, things like that. There's lots of reasons that people's payments will fail. But this is another way that you can make a workflow for that, okay? But for our purposes today, we want to make sure it says canceled, okay? Canceled. Now, if you need to, you can filter this down even farther and choose like a specific price, okay? But for my purposes, for this workflow, I don't need it set up to be a specific price. So I'm just going to leave it as add this. And then I'm going to click on Save Trigger. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is revoke their membership, right? Because if they're not paying for it, generally speaking, we don't want them to have access to it anymore. So Light Membership, revoke offer, and then you're just going to find your product, click on that, and then click on Save Action. Now, again, if you know me, you know how much I love tags, so we are going to remove one of the tags that we use inside of PIPs to show that they're not an active member anymore. And then I'm going to add a tag that shows that they canceled their membership. Okay. And then I am going to send an internal notification to myself. So I'm just going to put this from our account name and then email, custom values. Can't argue with those. Always way to go. Select user type. It's going to be a assigned user. I'm sorry. They changed this. I used to have one more option here. Custom email. Okay, and I'm going to put in my email address so it sends me a notification. And this is just going to be Pips Light subscription canceled. Okay, I'm not going to worry about a template. You can absolutely go make a template for this if you want to, but this is just a real simple like internal notification email, and I don't need a big full template for that. So with our new workflow trigger for subscriptions, we also got new custom values that go along with that trigger. So I'm just going to put like this customer, and we're just going to add their contact full name as canceled there. And then up here to the tags, and let's see, go back. So the new subscription trigger or custom values are under payment right here. So click on payments, then click on subscription. And if you scroll down to the bottom, the product name is an option for you to auto-populate if you're using the subscription trigger for your workflow. So basically this customer, add their name, has canceled their subscription. You can make this email say whatever you need it to. I just need it to be very basic and straightforward, the person and what they canceled. So I'm going to save that. Okay. And then you can do so much more with this workflow, right? So you can make it do whatever you need it to do. For us, we will probably add an email onto here. I haven't verified that yet, but we'll probably add some sort of an email onto here that says, hey, we saw you canceled your subscription. Can you hit reply and let us know like why? Right? Or if you wanted to do some sort of like a win back email, like, hey, we saw you canceled your subscription. Here's an offer for you. You could also add another tag to this that triggered another workflow that you would set up with like a win back sequence in it, that sort of thing. The other thing I'm going to set up for this is I am going to set it up so it automatically adds this person's contact information to a Google Sheet. So our whole entire team can look at that sheet and make sure we remove them from our paid Facebook group, remove them from any other stuff so they don't have the perks of being a member if they're not going to pay for it, right? So that is the new subscription workflow trigger in a nutshell. I'm going to switch this to publish. I'm going to click save to make sure we don't lose any of our work. And again, this will trigger if you have it set to canceled, subscription canceled. It will trigger when someone cancels their subscription inside their Stripe or PayPal account. Whereas before we didn't get notification of that, we can now. So look for another video on the Google Sheets stuff. I'm going to create another video for that, and I will see you in the next video.